Snow Angel, take 2. Alright, Reneé Rapp. I'm going to be trying to listen to Snow Angel again. I have already tried to listen to this album once, and I just did not really connect to it the first time I listened to it. I really loved the singles going in, and so I had my expectations really high. I liked a couple of the songs, but overall I was just really disappointed because I was really looking forward to this album, but I decided to give it a second try. I really don't know how this is going to go. I've been really nervous to film this. I don't know why. This is going to be a more chill, laid-back video. I'm not going to be doing any music videos because I actually watched them already when I listened to the album the first time. I watched Talk Too Much and Snow Angel. I loved the Snow Angel video. I thought it was gorgeous. As far as the Talk Too Much music video, it was cute. It wasn't like my favorite music video I've ever seen, but I did like the editing. I just wanted to make it very clear, like, I am going to be honest in this video. I'm going to be upfront about the way that I feel about it. I've still been getting comments wanting my reaction to this album, so I figured I would just make a video on it. I mean, Reneé is an artist that I like, an artist that I respect. Regardless of if I like this album or not, that will remain true. And also I do feel like I want to make a video on this album because I reacted to the singles. It just felt unfinished that I didn't have like a video up on this album. Going into this album, I was very much like expecting to like it, expecting to really connect to it. And so when I didn't, I was thrown off a little bit. But I will say that the first time I listened to a couple of the songs on Everything to Everyone, I didn't connect as much as I would have liked. And then when I went back and listened later, I connected more. And so I do think that it's always important to give an album a second listen. If you're new here, you might not know that sometimes when I don't connect to an album the first time, I hold off on finishing listening to it and then I come back at a later date. Like as far as this album goes, I listened to the first 10 songs and then I stopped listening. I know I was so close to the end, but I just couldn't make it through the entire album. I'm gonna finish it today. Hopefully. I want to like this album and I want to talk about it with anyone who wants to listen. So to be completely honest, the only songs that I really remember are like the first half of the album. I remember some of I Hate Boston. I kind of remember Poison Poison, but I honestly don't really remember a lot off the second half. From the songs I listened to, none of them really stuck with me. Pretty Girls I do remember, but if I only listen to a song once and I don't like connect with it, it's very easy for me to forget it because I listen to so much music. So that's why I've kind of already forgotten about the songs. I haven't like forgotten about them entirely, but I just don't really remember a ton of specifics. So yeah, I appreciate if you're here for the ride. And yeah, let's get into the first song. It is Talk Too Much. I love this song. I've gone back to it a lot. It's so catchy. It's so boppy. I'll probably just let it flow right into I Hate Boston. And my cat's here. It's just a cozy vibe. Like this is gonna kind of be a cozy, chill video. I hope that's okay. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I love that beat so much. Is it a bass line? I don't know.
Tasted the blood in my mouth and left you there to bleed out. I'm taking everything I see as a sign.
I love how effortlessly she goes up into her falsetto. That's one of my favorite things about her voice.
I think I talk too much. Ooh, I think I talk too much.
And the way that it goes back down to the verses is just so good.
So I close my eyes while I drive.
Which probably isn't smart.
Do you still want to be with me? Because like, I would
So good.
have no idea what I'm saying. Are you mad at me? Because it's
The layering there is just, it's so pretty. I like that it's not just a straight talking bit and there actually is music, because I don't really love talking bits in songs.
hate you.
Talking myself out of my own happiness.
I think that lyric is probably like universally relatable, but just the feeling of talking yourself out of your own happiness. You want something and it is making you happy, but you feel like you don't deserve it at the same time, and so you're talking yourself out of it. And I think that's just so relatable.
Shut the fuck up!
I love that song, but I'm gonna let it flow. Let it flow into the piano, which is just such a stark transition from going to that upbeat song that's so bass heavy
I was
to this.
just a tourist. You got to be a big hometown hero. Still stuck in your high school yearbook. Why'd we have to cover so much ground? You showed me around.
This is really pretty.
Just burned the whole city down.
I remember that pre-chorus. I love that pre-chorus.
Oh, to make me hate Boston. It's not his fault that
say I'm already liking this more listening to it again. With songs like this that are very piano, like slow and ballady, I feel like I go either way. Either I connect immediately or I don't connect immediately and I have to listen to it multiple times to really like get into it. I think the melodies in this song just really didn't stand out as much on first listen, but listening again, I actually really like the melodies in this song, especially the pre-chorus. I like the lyrics. I liked the lyrics the first time I listened too. I mean, it's very storytelling. I always really like her storytelling. I think she is a good songwriter. I was just a tourist. You got to be a big hometown hero. I love that line. Made you feel important, still stuck in your high school yearbook. I just really like that whole like storytelling to start off the song. It feels very specific. I don't know. There's a specific image that comes to mind when I hear that. That familiarity of being in the place that you've always grown up and like they should just burn the whole city down. There's something about this song that just feels very familiar and like homey and kind of like she's hugging me or something. But I am liking this a lot more on second listen. I think it's really pretty. I mean, it just is. That's kind of an objective fact.
Casual's the way you chose to leave.
Casual's the way you chose to leave.
Hid me in your basement. God forbid you're not the center of attention.
I actually love this part. I forgot about the build in this song.
You show that around. As far
I don't know. Is she saying what I think she's saying?
how to make me hate more.
I actually love the chorus. I really love the melody. Just the build of this song is so satisfying. I love her vocals. Like her voice is just so pretty. It really is. I mean, this is a song that the first listen, I didn't dislike it. I just was like, okay, I was expecting a little bit more. It's actually funny because I'm not a big fan of Boston. I've only been there once, so I can't really say too much, but I didn't have a great experience when I went there. So I was really curious if she was gonna just trash the city in this song, but obviously it's not about Boston. Actually, it's about a relationship. Yeah, I think we've all had that experience. If we've dated someone, we've all had that experience of being afraid to go back to the places that we used to frequent with that person. I really think of like Cornelia Street when I listen to this song and other songs like that that mention a specific place that is now kind of ruined. It sucks. Like it really sucks when a place that you frequent and that you love and that means a lot to you is kind of tainted because something negative happened there. And obviously that could be a lot of different things, but in this case it is a relationship. Yeah, so it's sad.
The whole thing is haunted.
The whole thing is haunted. How do you sleep? Yeah.
Don't you miss me?
Ooh. Wait, that... Sorry.
The way you chose to leave.
That switch up... Ooh.
And your
That switch up was crazy. Yeah, I love the build of that song. I really do. That's something that I liked about it the first time I listened. I probably need some more time to fully like connect with it, but yeah, I think it's a pretty song. I really do. The next one is Poison Poison. This is actually one that I really liked on first listen. I love her like atmospheric falsetto vibes.
Get on my nerves, you're so fucking annoying. You got a little bit ahead of me, but unlucky for you, I am that bitch.
I love this beat, I love this production.
You could poison, you're the worst person on earth.
The chorus of this one is so catchy. I think that's why I connected to it right away, is because you're already singing along after hearing it once. It has those funny, playful lyrics that are really fun to like sing along to. I really love how this song goes like in between her chest voice and her head voice. I think it has a good mix of like the really airy, pretty, breathy, high vocals, and then going back down to her resting voice, which is a little bit deeper, and I just love that. I love both elements to it. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, sitting cross-legged on the couch is not the best idea I've ever had.
This might be out of pocket.
I forgot about this part.
Have to drop it.
I kind of love this.
You incriminated our bosses. You're the worst bitch on the earth.
You're the worst bitch on the earth. I forgot about the second half of this song. Like, it gets kind of...
Get on my nerves. Fuck you, you dumb bitch. Fuck you.
I actually love that song. I think it's so catchy. I really loved that bridge section where it got kind of darker and heavier, and actually that was my favorite part of the song. I don't think anyone's surprised that, you know, when it gets a little bit darker and a little bit heavier, that's a part that I'm probably gonna like the most. But yeah, that's probably gonna remain a favorite of mine. The chorus has no right hitting as hard as it does when it comes on. It's a song that I wanna go scream in the car right now. The next song is Gemini Moon. I was so excited for this one because I'm a Gemini. I had a good feeling. I was like, this is gonna be my song. And then I didn't like it at all the first time I heard it. Interesting production. It's kind of weird.
Never know who you're gonna get. Sour lemons or cinnamon.
Oh yeah, I remember the lyrics of this
Every
one.
day I'm different.
She has like two personalities.
Moving in, then I'm on the run. I exist on a pendulum.
It's like, yeah, Gemini.
Now I'm bored. I bet you're sick of it. Leave me so mad.
I really like that.
I could blame the Gemini moon, but really I should just be better to you.
Yeah, I forgot about the lyrics of this song, but I do remember the concept of the song now, kind of being like, I have multiple sides to me, and that makes it hard to connect in relationships and to treat people the way that I might want to treat them. And I could blame it on the way that I am, like my build of being a Gemini moon. But at the end of the day, it's not fair to blame astrology on the fact that you're not being a good partner, a good friend, or whatever. You have to just realize at some point that it is something you need to work on. And so I think it's a really interesting concept. I definitely have had that feeling of I have these multiple sides to me. I have different types of relationships and all that. So I can relate to this to a degree. I will say I don't relate to it at the extreme that she's talking about, but I do really relate to the whole sentiment of like not being able to really understand who you are because it feels like you have these multiple sides and like which is the real side and all that stuff. So yeah, again, it's not a really uplifting song. Like this is a pretty sad album so far, but I wouldn't really expect much else because Reneé writes a lot of sadder music. Sonically, I like it. I feel a little bit disconnected. It just wasn't fully there. This is something I said when I first listened to the album, but I feel like the production of this album is a bit unfinished. If they had spent some more time on the production, really getting it to a place where it is super strong all throughout, I would connect to this album more. And I think that's what it really comes down to. And I told you guys I was gonna be very honest. I do have some critiques for this album because I think she's really good. I really love her. I really respect her music. So anyway, Snow Angel is next. I love this song. I think if the entire album was this strong, it would be like album of the year, potentially. The build of this song is so beautiful, the lyrics, the double meaning. I just think it's a perfect song and I'm excited to listen to it again because it's definitely still one of my favorites that I've heard so far. See, that's a piano that I really like.
First to arrive.
It starts so intimately, so beautifully with the vocals.
It's white outside, but red underneath.
The lyrics are so beautiful. I love that.
I'll make it through the winter if it kills me. I can make it faster if I
I listened to this song so much when it first came out. I immediately put this and Talk Too Much on repeat and listened to those without stopping for hours on end because both of them are so good in different ways. I think Talk Too Much, so much replay value. It's just really fun. It's really catchy. It's really boppy. And Snow Angel is more of a like objectively good song. Every aspect of it is very masterfully written in my opinion. Definitely, I think is a standout on the album. For me, it's like objectively probably the best song I've heard so far. The next one is So What Now. Honestly, from this point forward, the only song that I remember is Pretty Girls. I only listened up to Tummy Hurts, and I feel like since this was the second half of the album, I just don't remember it as vividly, and this was where it really started to feel like filler songs to me, and I just really started to feel disconnected. So hopefully it will go better.
If I'm missing cause I'm gonna cry. If I'm missing cause I'm gonna cry.
I like that.
I found out from a friend of a friend that you're here again. What gives you the right to come back to the city that I live in?
More themes of the city.
So what now? Should we talk?
I need more from the chorus.
Do you lie and say you don't wanna see me again?
Okay.
There's an old song I wrote for you. It was everything you wanted to be.
I like the lower vocals.
You are my one, you set my world on fire.
Ooh, I kind of love that actually. I actually love that juxtaposition of the lower and then going up to the higher. It explodes. I really love the contrast there.
Why'd you have to mess it all? Why'd you have to burn it all down?
Ooh, I actually love this bridge. I do like this song. I kind of like it.
Why'd you have to burn it all down? Should've played.
Love that. I did really like the contrast between the verses and the chorus. The verses being super low, dark, lower register of her singing, and then it exploding into those higher vocals. It was really pretty. I really liked the chorus. I liked how explosive it was. I liked the melodies behind it. I don't know. Like, it's not the most memorable song on this album to me, but I did appreciate certain things about it that maybe I didn't notice right away. The next one is Pretty Girls. I honestly don't remember if I like this song or not. I do remember the lyrics being kind of complex, so I'm interested in hearing that again.
You say that I'm your favorite.
I kind of like this.
With your hand between my thighs, I would be the one you tried.
The one you tried. Potentially about being used.
You think that I'll be flattered. It's pathetic cause you're right. In the PM, all the pretty girls, they have a couple drinks, all the pretty girls. So now they wanna kiss all the pretty girls. They got to have a taste of a pretty girl. Keep on pretending pretty girl.
This is probably a standout for me. One of the ones that I have liked the most, like, since Snow Angel, I would say it's my favorite. But yeah, the lyrics are kind of complex and kind of really interesting because it sounds like she's talking about girls that are lying to themselves about their sexuality, and then they kind of use like Reneé as a prop, as an object. It does kind of sound like a bitter song. I'm not sure if that's like the intention, but say your boyfriend, he wouldn't mind. You think that I'd be flattered. It's pathetic because you're right. So she is going along with it because it feels good to have people interested in you, regardless of whether or not it's a good intention behind it. Anyone likes to be paid attention to. So I don't know. Yeah, all the pretty girls act like it never happened. They're just kind of using her and then moving on immediately. It's a blessing and it's a curse. Like, there's a lot of interesting lyrics in this song, and I think it really stands out in terms of writing. It has complexity to it. It has a story. It's a very clear, very specific story and experience that she's talking about, and I think that's what makes it so memorable and a standout on the album.
Girls,
It's also catchy.
this conversation's classic.
Classic, like it's happened time and time again.
I like your straight jacket.
Straight jacket.
Feels like it's a little tight.
That's good writing. Her writing is good. On this song especially.
All the pretty girls. Yeah, that bitch is good. Pretending, pretty girl. Keep on pretending, pretty girl. Pretending.
Interesting production there. Not sure how I feel about that.
All the pretty girls.
There are so many random things that happen on this album that sort of feel like they come out of nowhere, like that production at the end. And then on the other songs too, there'll be like a little line here or there that feels super memorable. Again, it feels super different. And I really like those aspects. I didn't like the production at the end of that last song, but on the other songs on the album, I felt like those moments have been really cool. Yeah, I objectively think that's probably one of the best songs on the album in my opinion. Super catchy chorus, you know, when it comes on, you're just excited to hear it, kind of like Poison Poison and Talk Too Much, another really catchy upbeat song. And the lyrics are complex. I've never really heard a song about that concept, and I'm not saying every song has to be some crazy, super well written thing, but Renee's writing is so good and I know what she can do, and that's why I hold her to a higher standard. And maybe it's unfair to have those expectations, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm the problem. The next one is Tummy Hurts. I was really excited about this one because I have IBS and my tummy does in fact hurt. See, that just is interesting to me.
Maybe I should try religion. 'cause Jesus, you're hard to rely on. I'd never find you in the kitchen. I get it, you're broke.
What? Ow, sorry, my leg is like...
Oh, my tummy hurts. He's in love with her, but for what it's worth, they'd make beautiful babies and raise them up to be a couple of fucking monsters like their mother and their father.
What?
I just want some recognition for having good tits and a big heart.
Real. Ew, like what is this production? It's weird. It's a little bit weird.
He's in love with her, but for what it's worth, they make beautiful babies.
I actually like the chorus a lot.
Fucking monsters like their mother and their father.
I actually really love that. Oh, okay. I just had a realization because I was really confused about the lyrics because it started out saying maybe I should try religion because Jesus, you're hard to rely on. And then it went into talking about a relationship because I was really confused. But I didn't catch that she meant like Jesus, you're hard to rely on, not Jesus, comma, you, Jesus, are hard to rely on. I'd never find you in the kitchen, couldn't even pay rent for 3 months. I heard you, I get it, you're broke, but you always had money to smoke. Okay, he's unreliable. Honestly, this song is very straightforward. I feel like it's one of her more personal songs. It feels like she really is getting into it. You know what I mean? Like she's just being very honest in this song. I mean, I will say her songwriting is honest, but this is like super honest. I mean, they'd make beautiful babies and raise them up to be monsters like their mother and their father, you know, it's very wild. That is a sound. It's a sound.
Baby, and she'll stay with him, 'cause she made with him a couple monsters. Eventually, 2043, someone's gonna hurt your little girl like you hurt me.
I actually like that song more the second time around. It's definitely not like suddenly my favorite song in the world, but I did connect to it more. I really liked the chorus a lot. I liked the writing on it. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek. It was very, not sarcastic necessarily, because I think it was probably meaningful to her, but it did feel a little bit facetious. The next one is I Wish. This is the point in the album when I stopped listening. So from this song onward, I don't think I've heard any of these. I like that a lot. I mean, anytime an acoustic guitar is present, I'm gonna like it.
I was 10 years old when I realized some goodbyes are forever.
10.
How can the person who taught me to breathe take the last breath right in front of me?
Is this about a death?
I wish I could still see the world through those eyes. I still see the colors, but they're not as clear as bright. Older we get, the colors they change. Your hair turns to gray, but the blue's here to stay.
Oh. I don't like this one. It's so sad. I'm laughing through the pain, sorry.
Talking about how his dad died and how he wished he could have been there. He said, how could the person
I do have chills at these lyrics.
take the last breath not in front of me?
I have no words for that line. It's really, I'm feeling like a physical kind of reaction right now. How could the person who taught me to breathe take their last breath not in front of me? That's a line that could make me cry for hours if I think about it too much. I feel a physical reaction. Like I feel physically not uncomfortable, but just uncomfortable at that lyric because it's not something that's fun to think about. Obviously, this is a really sad song, but it's really beautiful. It's a song that I'm not going to really critique. You know what I mean? Because I think it's very meaningful. It has a message that means a lot to her. I don't know. This song is kind of messing me up right now.
I know too much now.
I know too much now. It's about growing up.
I wish I
It's about growing up.
see the world through those eyes.
I wish that too, for real.
I wish
I don't like this song. It's so sad.
I'm not ready for you to go. It hasn't even happened, but I have been mourning since 10 years old.
Yeah, that lyric really got me. Stay a little longer. I'm not ready for you to go. It hasn't even happened, but I have been mourning since 10 years old. Yeah, that's kind of me because I haven't lost anyone super close to me, but I have so much anxiety about that happening, and I sort of feel like I'm mourning for things that haven't happened yet at points, and it's really sad. It's really sad to like live life that way, you know? You want to be present, you don't want to be thinking about that, but it's so hard when you know it's going to inevitably happen to every single one of us. This song is kind of f***ing me up, and I'm not really loving it. I mean, I think it's a beautiful song. I think it's a good song, but like, it's getting me. I have no words really, because I'm just kind of, I'm like, you could have kept this one. You could have just stuffed it away and I didn't need to hear it.
I wish I could still see the world through those eyes.
I love that.
Still see the colors. Oh, the older we get.
Okay, I literally can't listen to it anymore. Yeah, that one was really heavy. Definitely a very different vibe than the rest of the album. We went from Tummy Hurts, which was so playful and sarcastic and witty, to Willow, I Wish, which just made me feel a very different emotion. Yeah, I definitely resonated with it, and I think a lot of people will. The next one is Willow. Obviously, I'm thinking of like Evermore, and I love the title of that. Okay, what are we gonna do?
Looks like you're still getting used to being fully grown.
Ooh.
So I'm coming to you. Can I get your permission to lay underneath you? Not a special occasion, I just had a feeling.
What?
I mean it. Willow, don't cry, Willow.
Sorry, this one's throwing me off. I like the metaphor of this song. Looks like you're still getting used to being fully grown. I know it's hard to slow down when there's still more to go. I love a metaphor in a song, and this is obviously a very clear, very obvious metaphor.
Don't have to use your own tears just to grow your roots. Just keep your passion for flowers, bad attitude. So I'm coming to you. Can I get your permission?
That switch up is interesting to me. I don't know how I feel about it.
Willow, don't cry, don't cry.
I actually love the chorus.
Don't cry, don't.
I love those melodies so much. Get out. Okay. Unexpected. This song is very unexpected. It just keeps going in all these different directions that I didn't see coming. That one was interesting. It was definitely interesting. It's gonna be another one that I have to listen to a few times, but I really loved the chorus melodies so much. That was one of my favorite parts of the entire album, and I liked the metaphorical songwriting so much. One of my favorites in terms of lyrics, just because every line kind of went back to the meaning of the song, this double meaning. You're a willow, but also a willow is a tree, and a willow grows and it evolves, and yeah, I don't know. It's one that I was kind of confused by because she said, can I lay underneath you? So it sounded like a romantic thing, but then she made it sound like she was talking to a friend rather. So I'm gonna look up, actually. I'm gonna look that up right now because I'm curious who she was singing that song to. Oh, it was inspired by Frank Ocean. Okay. I loved willow trees as a kid. As I got older, I also thought there was something interesting about it being called a weeping willow. Okay, not me forgetting that weeping willows exist. That's actually really smart. I kind of love that metaphor. I feel like I had a lot of similar qualities to this tree, which sounds crazy, but I just always felt that way. Okay, oh, that's really cute. She framed it as her little self sitting under a willow tree talking to my current self. It was her personifying the tree as her younger self. I actually really love that. I really love the metaphor of this song. This one is a standout for me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is one of my favorites. The lyrics, the chorus melodies, it might grow on me too with more listens. So that one actually, I'm low-key really excited about. But we're on the last track and it is called 23. I'm guessing it's gonna be about being a 23-year-old and navigating life. It's been a few years since I've been 23, so we'll see if I even relate or if I feel like an old woman. like the sound.
It's my Jordan year, and I thought this shit would look good on me, but I just feel weird.
Yeah, welcome to the world.
Thought I'd be ahead, but I'm down by 5. I'm off fight or flight.
This is so
Still
relatable.
can't fly.
No, this is the most relatable song on the album.
Good on paper. 365 days later, I still haven't learned to calm down, but I blow candles out. My wish tomorrow I turn 23, and it feels like everyone hates me.
Oh, that's me.
Do you have to be? My wish is that I cared less.
Oh,
23.
yeah. Oh, this one's pretty. I really like the sound and like the lyrics, obviously. Just
No, they're not designer, but they're overpriced.
the bags on my eyes are overpriced. I love that.
Everything looks good on paper.
Everything looks good on paper. I love that line.
23.
I love that atmospheric build. Feels like you're going into a cloud. I love this one, low key. Anything about like being sad and growing up, like I relate. Interesting. Okay, I kind of like that.
That I'll see 24. I hope I'll understand me more. I'm afraid to care less.
Yeah, I related to that song so much. Every single line pretty much called me out. So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that I have mixed feelings on this album. There were songs that I really liked. There were songs that I didn't like or I just felt like weren't memorable. I was just expecting to really love this whole album. And so perhaps my expectations were too high. I honestly think my expectations were a little bit too high for this album. I was expecting it to be the best thing I've ever heard, to love every single song, and forgetting that there are so many albums that I don't love every single song on. Maybe if my expectations had been lower, I would be more impressed. So it's hard to say. I always love to tie up my reviews with a bow. Like I loved this album or I didn't love this album or whatever the case may be. But I feel like this is an album that I can't really do that with. But regardless of anything, I think Reneé is a very talented songwriter. I would not be sitting here if I didn't think she was talented. And so I just want to make that very clear. I have a lot of respect for her. I love her voice. I like her writing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know some of you still wanted my thoughts, so I hope you enjoyed. This is my album ranking. Hi guys, I thought I would pop up right here and just explain the ranking really quick, update you guys on kind of how I'm feeling now that I have listened to it a few more times. So I really love tracks 1 through 6. So What Now was the biggest grower for me. I actually think it's really catchy, it's really fun. I like Pretty Girls, the verses, I don't really love the chorus. And then the rest of them, like I do like 23, but I just don't feel like it's very memorable. I would say the same for the other tracks at the bottom. I just don't feel like they're super memorable. If I were to listen to them, I like certain things about them. Maybe I like parts of them, but I just don't feel like they're overall the most memorable songs for me. But the wedding song, like, can we just talk about that? Poison is just like, it's that girl, always and forever. Sorry. I Hate Boston. The build of that song, like kind of the same stuff I said already, but yeah, I just wanted to give a little update, let you guys know. But I'm really glad I checked this album out again because I discovered songs that grew on me. Like the wedding song has grown on me so much more than I can even express. So yes, I am grateful I listened again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did make it to this point, I really appreciate you being here. Feel free to like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.